These are kind of old figures that I pulled down. It shows the date that the states went right to work. The most recent one is Oklahoma. That was 2001. You see a bunch of them in 1947. You know, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia. Some of these you expect. You know, that shows the manufacturing jobs they've lost. Take North Carolina. They're saying they lost 63,000 manufacturing jobs. So these states are losing as many jobs as what the non-right to work states are. All right, workers are forced to join unions, therefore they shouldn't, that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
Yeah, you showed up at my house with a club.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, this is what they're telling people though. You're forced to join the union. These people in these states, they have to join that crooked, evil union.
Mike, I don't want to interrupt you, but how many people have seen that plaque on your wall? What my union does for me or did for me? You know what I'm talking about? You need to make some copies of that.
You need to put it on the website.
You need to pass that thing around.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I will.
Every time I think about you and I think about something going on, I think about that plaque.
Well, thank you. That's all you think about me?
I can't tell you
It's
the
a
rest.
positive thing.
Yeah, it is a positive thing. All right. Right to work state law is redundant and unnecessary. Again, there's rights that the employees have working even in our state. They don't have to belong to the union. You can object. You can get out of the union. You don't have to be in the union. Now you don't get the free ride in Michigan. We have to do an audit every year. I mentioned 92% earlier. If you get out of the union, you're still going to pay 92% of your dues. The 8% we use for political purposes is hacked off. They still pay their fair share. Again, National Right to Work Committee. That is the front group, I guess I'd call them. If you go and research their funding, you've got people like the Coors family, again, Wally Mart's kids. I could go down the list. The Koch brothers, however you say it. They fund money into this organization. This organization then puts this forward. This organization and others, Mackinac Policy Institute's one here in the state that attacks public sector workers and private sector workers as far as that goes.
The Boston Van Andel.
Right, right. Same group. Here's a website you can go to. If anybody wants to write that down, I can get you copies of that. There's other websites. So what do you do about it? The main thing is right here where we're trying to be today.
Can you go back to that website?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. I got a whole bunch of these. If you guys leave me your web addresses, we can just email them to you.
Thanks.
Yeah. This is huge right here, in my opinion. Only in my opinion. People don't know. They hear, again, Rush Limbaugh all day long. Right to work's good, right to work's good, right to work's good. Should be voted in. And they believe it. I have friends that believe it. I have friends I get in an argument with and all of a sudden I start hearing Glenn Beck. His voice, their face actually changes and looks like Glenn Beck. You know?
That's scary.
Now, what's their reasoning for saying that right to work is going to be good for our economy? What is their...
They say it'll draw jobs into the state because of less union environment, non-union environment. It'll bring jobs in.
So a whole bunch of us are making less.
Right.
We're buying less, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Paying less taxes.
They don't say that. And the other thing people really get confused about, I've heard people say this, well, everybody has a right to work. I'm for that. You're kind of kidding me.
Right. Right. It isn't a right to work.
That's exactly right.
It's not a right to work.
It's a right to be poor.
Yeah.
But they think it's jobs. They think most people think that that's exactly why it's chosen right to work. Because then people confuse it with a job.
No, the state, the people, the senators and representatives working, don't they see it as less income to them, to the state? There's less income tax, less.
That's exactly.
And all that.
Less sales tax because you're not buying, people aren't buying anything.
But they see it as a way to break the union. I mean, you think about it, legislature was in session for 15 days and 15 anti-union laws were in the committee. 15 days. And they had 15 anti-union laws. Don't have anything better to do?
Yeah.
You know, and it's important people start talking about. I'm glad you guys came. I wish, obviously, there was a lot more. But we'll start somewhere. I don't care. I'll start with one if we have to. The problem is that people don't know about this. They hear, like Deb says, they hear that slogan. Who can be against it? Who could be against it?
Listen to these guys crying right now that they want to do the, they want to take care of, they don't want to take care of them anymore. You serve your term, you used to get an entire rest of your life in healthcare. Now they're starting to hack them away from them. Those guys are screaming like babies. You know? What are they 5 years and they can get the rest of their life with healthcare. They don't have to work.
Right.
And what are they paid? They wanted to go part-time, they're screaming.
Right, right. Well, then that's what we do. Maybe we go back on the offensive against those. Let's make them part-time politicians.
Yeah.
You know, attack their bottom line. They're going to come after yours.
20 to 50% of their healthcare costs.
Right, right.
And then cut off their healthcare once they're out of it.
Yeah,
right, right. Yeah, there's exactly.
More than my wages or my benefits cut.
That's what'll happen if this goes through. That's what will happen if this goes through.
You know, Don's from California, originally from Arizona. Just last night we had a conversation about how expensive it is to live in this state. Compared to Arizona and California, I said, brother, you can see nothing in this California, it works.
How expensive it is to live in Michigan?
Oh, he said everything's expensive here compared to Arizona and California.
I was in Scottsdale, Arizona here earlier this year, and that's not true. What I saw, gas was expensive. The restaurants were as expensive or more. Real estate is huge.
No, he's living in Grosse Pointe or something?
I have no idea what he was trying to get at.
But one of the other things they say about it, right to work, is that unions will, keep people out of the jobs. And I was talking to Gaffney, and his comment was, he's working right with the economic development out of Detroit. They're working right with the unions, saying, look, they have a great contract in Germany, and you're coming here, we'll get you that contract. These companies have worked with unions before, so that's just a scare tactic.
Right.
Unions really the companies aren't that afraid of unions.
Yeah.
And Gaffney's right there out there talking about all that stuff, and he's got the club to do it, and that's the stuff that we have to misnomers. We have to quit, giving people, it's hard to say to people, you're wrong, and be nice about it, but that's what we got to do. You're wrong,
Right.
Right.
Well, one thing that I always bring back with people when they talk to me about it, I said, yeah,
Family and friends.
but most companies where there's a union in place, the chairman of the board is not making 500 times what an average worker is. In companies where there is no union, that's the norm. Where a chairman of the board is making 500 times, or the president making 500 times what an average worker is making.
Right. They used to be illegal. And that used to be a law in the 20s and 30s. Used to be only a percentage, and only could be so much times, and we forgot about that.
Okay. Letters to the editor. I got a couple of them written up. If you want to take one of them with you. I've got points in the other side of the room to help build letters to the editor. They're easy to write, 175 words or less. You can go 5 words if you want to. We need to get the word out that this is bad. The right-wing voice box is going to go every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, all day, every day. If we shut up, if we just sit back, everybody's going to believe it, and it'll get pushed through. They could do this in 2 weeks. Schneider has not come out and said he will not sign it. He has not come out and said that. He's come out and said that I don't think it'd be good for Michigan. I think it'll create bad problems in Michigan.
Didn't he say in the paper if it comes across his desk he'll sign it?
What I've seen that. I didn't hear him say that. What I heard, I was sat in a thing where he spoke, and he said I would not be in favor of it because I don't think it's good for Michigan. Now, yeah, but then we said, okay, will you commit to not signing it? And he would not commit to it. So,
But wasn't his business here in Michigan that he ran?
Yeah, Gateway.
And
It was until he outsourced it to China.
Yeah. He really
It's
did
just
do that.
astonishing that anybody that's in Michigan, or especially right here in Lansing, to see what the unions have actually done for the people around here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the better way, look at it's a good thing to be in Lansing. I used to say this all the time, that you worked in Lansing, but this scares the heck out of me.
Well, the other thing
It used
is,
to be in Michigan.
there's a professor that did a study that, and you guys probably heard about this at one of the United Way things, that in unionized states and unionized communities, the level of giving is higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because of unionized workers are giving and donating back to the community.
Well,
And
in
so,
Michigan, 60% of all charitable donations come from labor.
yeah, good statistic.
One point about the letters to the editors though too, don't just you do it. Make sure all of your cousins, your in-laws, everybody across the state, if you know people up north, contact them. Tell them, hey, would you send this to your paper as well? Let's get a blanket on this. It can't be just in Lansing. We all know people who live in other counties. And, you know, I've got a sister who lives in Saginaw, another one who lives in Grand Rapids. I'm gonna ask them both, send it to the our paper too. You know? And, you know, these are places we need to get it widespread, not just here. I mean, yeah, you talk to your co-workers, you talk to your neighbors, but get it out there. You know, if you're on Facebook, get it on Facebook. Do whatever you need to do.
It's the benefit of the internet now.
Yeah?
Well,
Yes.
If there's really a 2-week turnaround, that's such a tight turnaround, if they could push this through in 2 weeks, are you already pre-planning protests you could have at the Capitol? Are you looking at those kind of options? Because
There are,
a
yes.
literating campaign
Yes,
takes time.
Yes, not directly, I mean, I'm involved with a group that
Okay.
we are doing that, yes, yes.
I'll be willing to go stand on the steps for you, brother.
Good. Well, it'll mean a day off of work is what it's gonna probably take. It's gonna take a bunch of people just saying, I'm not going to work today, I'm going to the Capitol.
I heard the city.
And if that happens,
Do it on my furlough day, it's fine.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
if that happens though, I mean, if you can get people to just leave their jobs and go to the Capitol. I mean, that's what it's gonna take if this thing gets introduced, is it's gonna take a show of people that are willing to stand up and do. I got a picture over there, Doug's got it, from 1935, I think it is, 36, something like that. The city of Lansing is packed. The whole Capitol steps are packed. The streets are packed with trucks, and everybody's just standing there. And they were coming out to demand better, you know, and that's what it's going to take, I think, anyway. So anyway, your names will be on the list, obviously, that we will give to the right to work people. Or I mean, as far as the rally goes.
Anti-right to work.
But this is going to be important too when and if it comes up. I think we are going to have one this spring, even if this thing doesn't move at the speed we think it could move at.
Letters are more important right now than rallies because.
I think so. Yes.
Because, you know, some of the letters and emails, because they count those and then they won't take it out of committee if there's enough protest against it. It's almost too late when it comes out of committee, so you really want to get it before it goes out.
Well,
Everybody's online here, right? Everybody got computers at home and online.
if
This
you
is
are-
easy to do
Yeah.
with the internet. I'm
And
sorry.
you don't have to only get your own state representative either. Send an email to all of them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and phone calls,
You know, and
you know,
they
just
could-
start speed
if they-
dialing every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
They count those.
Yeah.
Do you have
Or call
numbers
them.
and addresses or names and addresses? No, I'm not. Oh, you can do it online.
Got a little
Right.
messages, it gets logged, yeah.
Right. I mean, they gotta hear from people. They gotta have people saying, hey, dumbass, you don't do this to us. You know, Whitmer is good. Obviously, she's on our side. Barb Byram is on our side. Right there, she is not, and obviously he is not. They're both for right to work, and it surprises me because of, you know, out of Charlotte, Michigan, you'd think they wouldn't be in a way with Delta plant right there. Of course, and Charlotte is not a friendly union city either, as far as it
Yeah.
goes. But
Shartucky.
Shartucky.
That's what it is.
So what else? What do we do? What do we do?
Make noise.
Have we thought about doing a postcard campaign like they did for
Yeah, there's gonna be a postcard campaign that is gonna be coming up. Mike and Doug and I were on a conference call, right to work conference call that the IBT put on Wednesday, and they said there will be a postcard campaign.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we need to get that as soon as possible, you know, just to nudge people to do something.
But until that comes, I don't want people waiting that long.
No, I know.
I mean,
but-
it's, you know, it's, to me, you cut our wages any further here at the hall, I ain't coming to work here no more, folks. I'm sorry, I'll just be blunt with you. I'll be blunt with you. You know, it's Lynn and I and Doug are, I mean, we have cut around here because of just the last couple of years.
I can tell by the driveway.
We're down to where, you know, well, we went to members and asked for 20 bucks to fix the driveway. And we didn't get that through.
You gotta concrete it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We were going to.
I'll tell you what, this summer, we'll fix it this summer.
But anyway, what I'm saying, and I'm pushing that out there a little further than I should probably, but I really do feel that way. We've cut around here our wages, Lynn and Doug, and I'm not proud of this, but they're making less than I was as an agent 10 years ago, I believe, maybe even 12 years ago. My own pay scale is down below where, I don't know, it goes back quite a few years further than that before it gets to the level I'm at. And don't get me wrong, we're glad to do the work we do, but you cut the funding back in under this local, you think that we have trouble now keeping up. Wait till you see us with one agent or two agents. And that's what this could amount to. I mean, it could be, they say Oklahoma.
There you go, pardon.
Oh yeah, hold on a minute, I gotta run my numbers. Oklahoma, 2001 they passed it. They say 28% reduction in union membership since 2001. You know.
Most unions, all they do is run around, you know, that's all they do is try to collect cards.
Organizing.
Yeah.
It turns into a constant organizing campaign.
Collecting cards.
And the companies hate it because we're constantly in there trying to organize them out, you know, the workers to become members.
And
Some
you're
companies
paying for all
do.
kinds of people that don't have to pay for anything. You, by laws, you have to represent whether they pay for their dues or not.
Mike's point on what your union reps get paid is a really good point. We were talking earlier about CEOs of corporations that get 500 times what the average employee makes. I'm a union rep. I make less than my employees do. I do. They all make more than I do. My guess is probably most of your drivers probably make more money than you do. My
Some
guess
do.
is most every union rep makes less than his employees do. And we're working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We're not a CEO corporation out of the block.
Some Jack Cooper drivers, yeah,
We
some
answer our
UPS
calls in the
drivers.
middle of the night. If it's a member, I may not answer my calls for a call.
That's okay.
I will always answer a call. for
City
a member.
employees.
They're no different. I don't think any of us, we need to get that point across to our members too, because they do think, a lot of our members think they're living federally.
Yes.
What's your national and things like the AFL-CIO doing? Because you know and I know that a phrase like right to work doesn't just come out of nowhere. It came out of hundreds of focus groups, very expensive campaigns that were put together. I don't see you having a competing slogan like right to earn or something like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right to work for less is the,
Is that what you're
and I
gonna go?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Right to work isn't the right to work. I like
I
that
know,
better.
yeah.
You know,
You need to have your national giving you those kinds of support materials that you can use.
right, right. And
Do you get them?
yes,
Good.
yes, yes.
And, you know,
Yeah.
something on the same subject, like the mailing that I put up in the bulletin board at work, if it said right to work and then in parentheses for less, then people would be able to see the right to work words and then like the subtext. Instead of all in one, it doesn't carry as much weight because it's like 6 words
It's usually how it usually is how it
I've
is.
seen it that way
Yeah.
usually, but not always.
It's not as effective.
It carries a lot more weight when you put it in parentheses or somehow separate the for less so that people see
Okay.
the kicker instead of all in one.
So I should send that out to the stewards and ask them to post this one up instead of the other one. Okay.
It would, yeah,
All right.
I think it would click with people. And I want to get that list of things to write a letter to the editor.
Good. Good. Yeah, I've got them over. I'll grab them before we
Lansing
leave.
State Journal or
State Journal.
Press?
City Pulse.
Have you contacted Schneider at all, Mike?
okay.
Rick Schneider. I haven't directly, but our political guy has been on Detroit. Did you put your name on there?
Yes.
So I got your
Yes.
information, and you,
Lansing Online News.
Lansing Online News, if you wanted to send something
We're
to her,
only
I'm sure
online,
she
and the
would.
more you comment there, the more, because we do a lot of Facebooking to try to get the word around.
So the more comments that are on yours, the higher you stay up on the search,
Yes.
kind of like? Okay, be a good
Oh,
one.
well,
LansingOnlineNews.com.
LansingOnlineNews.com.
One of the things we could talk about in the future is that with the laptop, we could do a live webcast of events like this at the same time on
Really?
our site.
Okay.
So if you're, when you have meetings coming, if this heats up, as I think it will, as you have announcements you want to make, let us know and we can bring the gear to be able to do a live webcast on our site at the time.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be really nice.
And we also have a radio show on WLNZ on Monday nights. We'd love to have you on the radio show.
Okay, and your contact stuff is right there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's the one, Kitty, that's what you sent me, right?
What?
It's the LCC radio?
It's
Yes,
LCC radio.
yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Democracy Now?
No,
We have a
that's
radio
not-
show on Monday nights, Lansing Online News. We'd
Oh,
love to
yeah,
have you on
yeah.
to talk about that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's one of them.
Wait, anybody got any other ideas? I mean, obviously I don't have all of
Can't you
them.
send something to Crawford or get something to Corey? Kind of like a petition? And I mean, Corey's good at getting things to us and making sure we sign.
Send a petition to do,
Just to get it get some information out to everybody, have everybody sign against this,
Okay.
opposing it,
okay,
I mean-
good, yeah, good idea.
because he can contact all the drivers.
Yeah, if you sign one petition with lots and lots of signatures and you can get copies and mail it
Exactly.
to all the representatives all the time.
Exactly.
Can we do an online petition too?
You could right on the site.
We'll set it up, email everybody.
I mean, I'm not proud to say this, but right now I don't have a computer because my kid was looking at Asian porn and.
Kid, huh?
Blame the children.
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah,
The wife caught him.
We don't believe you.
Next time, tell them to go to this.
Yeah.
The wife caught him looking at porn again. The kid, I mean, the kid.
Yeah, really.
So do an online poll too? We can get Quiggy to do that for us, I think.
I mean,
The
anyway,
petitions are good though, that's a good idea.
any way we can get it out there.
What else?
Don't forget the parentheses. Big, bold.
Deb, what are you guys doing?
This, gathering
Just this?
information.
Okay,
Well, Gaffney's coming to speak to all our union reps and our board on the middle of February.
okay.
And just trying to get the